Hey, welcome to this video. We're going to show you how to make a Flutter app with a full screen imaged background. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are with the basic demo app. Just like most of our tutorials, we're just starting from a brand new Flutter project, building off of that base application. So it's a very simple way for us to get started. So this is what we've started with. Is that basic Flutter application. And the first thing we'll do is have to find an image. So you can find whatever image you want. And we have to create an assets folder. So this isn't created by default, so we'll have to create that. I've created a subfolder for that subdirectory for img, and then just dropped the JPEG in there. So that's step one, find the image. Step two is to update the pubspec.yaml file. So within here is basically just managing all of your dependencies for your Flutter project. You can see where we're managing those in there in your dev levels as well. And the key area that we're going to look at here though is assets. So this will be commented out whenever you're looking at this file for the first time. So what you need to do is just uncomment that and then add in this folder right here. So you can, as it shows here in the examples, just import single files as well. But for our purposes, we're just going to leave it this way. So as you add more images into this directory, you don't have to continually add those images into this assets list. One thing to note though is that it won't recursively traverse your directory structure. So if you're expecting to have multiple directories in the future that are, say, asset something like this, you have to specify each of those directories individually. So that's it for this YAML file. That's all you'll need to do. As you can see, once you're saving it, it's if you're using Visual Studio Code, it's going to run that automatically. And so now that image is a part of your application. Next up, what we need to do is just move down into the build method here for your main. We're going to look at the main scaffold area here, pieces here to add in to make this thing work. So first up here is to add in the extend body behind AppBar. We want to extend this image behind the whole app, not just the body. So we want to set that to true. That is the first step. Next step is what we would see whenever we do this is that the color, the AppBar still sets its own color. So what we need to do is set the background color for this to be transparent. So this is one of the options for colors, is to actually set a transparent color. So that's what we'll do here next. The next piece here is, it is our main Flutter application. So you can see here it is. We're going to keep all of this logic the same just for the purposes of this example. But we're going to wrap all of that in a container. And the container here is it's going to do. It's going to take care of all of our logic. So we can make that a little happier at least. For now, and what we'll do here is first we're going to set the width of this container to the full width of the device. So in this case, it's setting the context, getting the context of the device, and then we're getting the width. So I'm going to do that, and then next we'll do is add the decoration. So we're going to use a box decoration for this one, and for that it's going to be an image, and it's a decoration image, and we're going to set the assets image, and then here we're going to set our source, which is assets img/background.jpg. Excellent. Next up, as part of this, is we're going to set the fit. So this is how the image actually behaves within the container. So we'll set that, we'll close that out, and we will give this a save. Okay, now that we've created all of that definition, we'll just have to add in an extra closing parenthesis here, save that up. That really is it. Look at that, we've got that done. We've got the image in, it has the full background of the application. Our application still behaves the same as we expected. Of course, we would style this to make this look a little better. And one little note I will add here too, just at the end, is notice how there's a little bit of shading here. So you can still kind of tell the difference between the app bar and the rest of the application. And that's by default. The behavior, the elevation of this is set above. So it's actually casting a little bit of a shadow, if you will. That widget sits on top of it. So we can fix that just by going in to the app bar and setting the elevation to 0 so it matches the rest of the application. We save that, it'll do a hot reload here, and it's gone. So it is fully level, none of that shadowing, everything behaves the way we expect. That's great. And hey, any questions? Just leave them in the comments.